Okay, intermediate algebra, section 5.4. We're going to be multiplying polynomials. So when we start off on these, if you haven't downloaded the calculator that I'd put on the concerns page about the TI letting you download free ones, I would go find that email and follow the link and get that free download of the calculator we were using in class. So when we start doing this, you always multiply whole numbers like normal. So 8.7 times 10 would give us our 87. And then we're going to use our exponent rules, that product rule, to combine our variables. So we have a cubed, and I do the first here. So 3 plus 1 is 4. B, 4, 4, 8. C, 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, now here we have this plus sign between them, and I can't add this x and y because they are not the same thing. But this is being multiplied by the entire thing. So we're going to use the distributive property and multiply negative 2xy times 3x. So negative 2 times 3 would be negative 6. I have an x here and an x here, so x squared, and then the y just comes over. Then I have negative 2xy times y. The negative times a positive, so it's negative, and then 2xy squared. And that would be the answer. Since the variables don't have the same exponents, I can't combine them, so that's all you can do. Continuing here, same thing, we have negative 4ab times xa to the 8th. So negative 4 times the 1 we assume that is there, so we'd have negative 4. And then I'd have a to the 9th, b, and then x, because I'm going to put them in alphabetical order to help me. Then I have negative 4ab times ya cubed. So same thing, negative 4. And I have a to the 4th, b, and then y. Then I have negative 4 times negative 6. So negative 4 times a negative 6 would be positive 24ab. I can't combine these, so that would be the answer. Okay, right here we have a binomial being multiplied by a trinomial. So whenever we have these, we're going to take the first term and distribute it among the second polynomial. And then we're going to take the bottom term and distribute it among the bottom ones. So 2x times x cubed would be 2x to the 4th. 2x times negative x would be subtract 2x squared. 2x times negative 1 would be subtract 2x. Now then on the bottom we have negative 8 times x cubed, so I'd have negative 8x cubed. And I have a negative 8 times a negative x, and negative times the negative is a positive. And I have 8x. And then I have negative 8 times negative 1, negative times the negative, so plus 8. Then we see if there's any terms we can combine. I only see 2x to the 4th, so I have 2x to the 4th. Then I have 8x cubed, and you write them in order with descending exponents. And then we have x squared. I have 2 just x's, so I have a negative 2 plus 8, so that would be 6x plus 8. And that would be your answer on that one. I do not love multiplying these vertically, so I'm not going to. So we'd have 3x subtract 13 times 7x plus 1. So 3x times 7x would be 21x squared. Then 3x times 1 would be plus 3x. Negative 13 times 7. 13 times 7 would be 91, so negative 91. Negative 13 times 1, negative 13. And this would have an x with it. Then we'd combine our like terms. So we have 21x squared subtract 88x subtract 13. Okay, distributing here, so negative 8 ab cubed times 2a to the fourth b to the second. So negative 8 times 2 would have been negative 16a to the fifth b to the fifth. Negative 8 ab cubed to negative a squared. Negative times a negative is positive a, and then we'd have a cubed b cubed. Now negative 8 times positive 9b squared, so we'd have negative 72 a b to the fifth. All right, we're using the full method here, so v times v. And remember, y'all don't remember because we haven't went over this. FOIL stands for first, outer, inner, and last. FOIL only works when we're multiplying binomials though. So when they say first, we're taking the first two in this. So the first and the binomials. So v and v. And v times v is v squared. Then our outer ones, so the ones on the outside. So v times negative 6 would be subtract 6v. Inner, so the ones on the inside. So we have 8 times v, and it's positive, so plus 8v. And then last, 8 times negative 6, so subtract 48. And then usually every time you do this, you'll be able to combine the two in the center, unless they give you some funky ones. So we have negative 6v plus 8v, so we have v squared, because that doesn't change. And then this would be positive 2v, subtract 48. And I can't combine them anymore. I don't think I've been saying that, but you can't combine them anymore when you get there because they don't have the same exponents. All right. So we're using the FOIL method here too. So the first, so 7x times 7x would be 49x squared. Then 7x times y, because outer. So subtract 7xy. Inner, negative 6y times 7x. So I know it's negative 6 times 7 is 42. And that's x, y. And then last, so negative 6y times y. Negative times a negative. 6y squared. And we can combine the two center terms. So we'd have 49x squared. These have xy, so negative 7 and negative 42 would be negative 49xy plus 6y. squared. Here we have 4x squared times x squared, so we'd get 4x to the fourth first. And then 4x squared times negative 2y squared would be negative 8x squared y squared. Negative 3y squared times x squared, so negative 3x squared y squared. And then negative 3y squared times negative 2, negative times a negative is a positive 6y to the fourth. Combine like terms, so we have 4x to the fourth, they're both negative, so 8, 9, 10, 11 x squared y squared plus 6y to the fourth. Here, 2x times 2x would be 4x squared. 2x times negative 3 would be subtract 6x. 3 times 2x, that was positive, so plus 6x. 3 times a negative 3 would be subtract 9. Combine like terms, negative 6 plus 6 is 0. So you have 4x squared subtract 9. These special product methods, when they give them to you, that 2 on the outside means there's 2 of these. It's just like our exponents. If we had 3 squared, it means 3 times 3. So this here means (6x minus y) times 6x minus y. So 6x times 6x would be 36x squared. Subtract 6xy. Y times negative y times 6x would be subtract 6xy. Negative y times negative y would be positive y squared. Combine like terms. So we'd have 36x squared subtract 12xy plus y squared. Negative 7 times 4 would be negative 28. I about wrote 4. Then our a squared goes over our b, though b cubed times b squared would be b to the fifth. Negative 7 times negative 5 would be negative positive, negative times negative, 35 a squared b to the fourth. And then what is negative 7 times 17? We have negative 119 a squared b cubed. And all that would be the answer because I can't combine any of them. Moving on. 7x cubed times 7x cubed. 7 times 7 is 49. X cubed times x cubed would be x to the 6th. And 7x cubed times negative 4y would be negative 28 x cubed y. Now I have 4y times 7x cubed. That'd be positive 28 x cubed y. Then I have 4y times negative 4y, which would be negative 16y squared. Negative 28 plus 28 would be 0, so our answer would be 49x to the 6th subtract 16y squared. Here we have another one that's squared, so we'd have 7p squared subtract 7p subtract 7 times 7p squared subtract 7p subtract 7. On these, it's really important that you keep them in order. So we start with our first number and we multiply it all the way through. Then we go to our second one and we multiply it all the way through. So we're starting here. So 7p squared times 7p squared would be 49p to the 4th. 7p squared times negative 7p would be negative 40p 9p cubed. 7p squared times negative 7 would be negative 49p squared. That was all just the first term. Now we move on to the second one. So I have negative 7p times 7p squared. So I have negative 49p cubed, negative 7p times negative 70p, plus 49p squared. Negative 7p times negative 7 would be plus 49p. I don't have enough room for the second term, third term, so we're going to put it somewhere. So negative 7 times 7p squared would be negative 49p squared. Negative 7 times negative 7p would be positive 49p. Negative 7 times negative 7 would be positive 49. Now we got to combine our like terms on this. And since I just did that with my highlighters, we're going to have to keep creative. So I have 49p to the fourth, because that's the only one of them. So I have p cubed here and p cubed here. So negative 49, negative 49, negative 98 p cubed. So those are done. We have p squared, and p squared. Negative 49 plus 49, so that's 0. Those two cancel each other out. And then this one's a negative here, so I'll bring it over. 49p squared. Now then I have positive 49 and positive 49, which was 98, so plus 98p, and then plus 49. Yay. Get excited. Okay, so here, this is just a binomial. Goodness, so 7x to the fourth times 7x squared would be 49x to the sixth. 7x to the fourth times 5 would be plus 35x to the fourth. 4 times 7x squared would be positive 28x squared. 4 times 5 is 20. That does not simplify. Yep, that's it. Okay, here we go. 6w times 6w would be 36w squared. 6w times negative 5 would be negative 30. I'm going to say GW because alphabetically GW. But 5 times 6, that'd be positive because it was positive 30 GY. JW. 5 times 5 would be subtract 25g squared. Those cancel, so we have 36w squared subtract 25g squared. Here we go. 4w times 4w would be 16w squared. 4w times negative 3 would be subtract 12w. 3 times 4w would be positive 12w. 3 times negative 3 would be negative 9. Negative 12 plus 12 is 0. So we have 16w squared subtract 9. Holy smokes. Got a hand cramp.